The road to the College Cup begins in South Bend for two in-state foes with a history of postseason meetings. It's Missouri Valley champion Valparaiso and third-seeded Notre Dame in the NCAA tournament first round on ESPN+. And with that, we say good evening and welcome to Alumni Stadium. With John French, I'm Tyler Reidy. John, this matchup all about the Hoosier State tonight, and last night, as we saw in Los Angeles, anything can happen when a couple in-state foes get together. As the fans get into it with the Leprechaun leading the charge, it's Green working into a dangerous area. He goes down from behind. It's a clean play, according to John McCloskey.
To that point there, making sure these players know this is going to be a physical one.
Again, the Irish move in, sliding try, and another goal! And there is the 10th for Matthew Rue. Wirkovic, depossessed, well done by Lewis. Ento again, could he get a fourth? Yes! The night of a lifetime for Ento. 4 goals, and it's 5-0 Irish. Clemson looking for a final push with just over 2 minutes remaining until halftime. Silla gets it right back. Silla into the area. The ball squeaks through, and Clemson has cut the deficit in half. Silla picks up the assist off a beautiful give and go, and now Clemson, with still a little bit of time, seeks an equalizer. A low shot, and that one off the woodwork, and Clemson has equalized. Brandon Parrish.
It's a real dangerous spot now for Clemson to be in.
Daniel Russo! What a strike! Notre Dame reclaims the lead. Mercado wants to step into a shot. Instead, she's dispossessed. Now Valpo looking to run the other way with Sam Gatunis, the junior defender.
Competition every single night that's going to be high level.
Mercado wants to step into a shot. Instead, she's dispossessed. Now Valpo looking to run the other way with Sam Gatunis, the junior defender, playing up in the forward position tonight. Notre Dame takes it away from her near midfield. Now Van Zanten with space through the middle. Van Zanten to her right foot. She'll shoot, and what a stop by Coryell, lunging to her right, and receives a rousing ovation from the Valpo supporter section that has made the 1-hour trip tonight.
What a great save there by Coryell, just tracking it. Not stepping off her line too quickly, too soon. He's having great hands to just get that shot out of the way.
Coryell, 89 saves coming into the night this season. That's the most by a Valpo keeper in a single season in 21 years. Corner kick for the Irish. First one of the night, comes in short. Headed away by Chase Ray, the senior from Bellevue, Ohio. And now Valpo looking at a 1-on-2 coming the other way. And it's Addie Joyner, the leading goal scorer with 8 on the campaign. Handled well by the Notre Dame defense. This is an experienced Irish back line with Ava Gattino, the back-to-back ACC Defender of the Year, Wenia Hudson, a graduate student. Morgan Roy, who's been busy on that right side for Notre Dame, cuts back to the middle, closed down in traffic. Valpo clears only as far as Sophia Fisher. Fisher scored just her second goal of the season in the regular season finale against Clemson. Each of Notre Dame's last 2 matches were against the Clemson Tigers. A 2-0 victory here to end the regular season and clinch the 2 seed for the ACC tournament, where the Irish fell 3-2 to the Tigers in Cary. Mercado to her left foot. There's the distance shot, and it rises over the top, tracked all the way by Coryell, and another Valpo goal kick.
Let's talk about that Tigers game down in North Carolina for the Irish as we take a look at Coach Maravich for the Beacons. He's really set this program up for success with this year and now moving into next year with how he's been able to set the tone.
Maravich, the most accomplished head coach in Valpo women's soccer history. This is his 16th season, 132 victories, and he's got a Notre Dame connection himself. He was a volunteer assistant for the Notre Dame women's team in 2001. That team captured the Big East regular season and conference tournament titles. also reaching the NCAA second round. Maravich has been a part of each of Valpo's 3 NCAA tournament berths. He was an assistant in 2005, head coach in 2014, and now continues to lead at the helm for the 2023 run. And in each of Valparaiso's 3 tournament berths, they've run into Notre Dame.
Talk about the last one in 2014. They came up here again playing Notre Dame for the NCAA first round tournament. Once again, it's almost like 9 years later, just continuously, there's a little bit of history going between the 2 clubs. Even though they're maybe an hour apart and short distance away, they're continuously coming back.
Watch out, there goes Mercado again. A central shot handled cleanly by Coryell. And boy, has she been tested right away. 6 shots for Notre Dame in the opening 10 minutes and change.
And so far, the Irish have really applied their high-pressure defense that they normally like to run. It's such a high level, especially having to go up against continuous ACC foes who are top-level competition. But this is almost hearkening back to their Michigan game when they played here back in September. When Michigan came into town, who played very similarly to the Beacons. And Michigan came out on top of that game, even though Notre Dame outshot them with over 20 shots. But for Michigan, they only had less than 5 shots and 3 on goal. So, for the Beacons, it's a tried and true method that has proven to be effective against the Irish.
Here goes Clanky again. Look at her speed, sending this one out in front. Closest one to it was Codd once again. And it goes off Notre Dame well over the top. Leah Clanky, such a dynamic player who can get up and down the field better than almost anyone in the ACC, maybe the country, down that left side. Played on the back line for Notre Dame last year, moved to more of a midfield role this season. She has thrived with those 10 assists.
Yeah, she's really come into her own as a player. Coach Norman was talking about on the call. He described her as, she loves to take players on. Offensively. She likes to have the ball at her feet, really make the moves, really be able to decide what gets to happen on her terms. So being able to switch from that defensive player to more have an effective presence on the offensive side, it's paid dividends.
If there's anyone equipped to handle the calisthenics required of an outside midfielder, it's her. Clanky was an individual state champion in both track and cross country, in addition to soccer during her high school career at St. Agnes Academy in the Houston area. Referee Alex Beeler will have a conversation with Sam Gatunis of Valparaiso before Notre Dame restarts on a free kick. Just over 12 minutes in, Notre Dame controlling the action here at home with 7 shots. Valparaiso still looking to test Atlee Olofsson, and it was a big key mentioned by John Maravich during our talk with him in the week. We've got to pose questions of Notre Dame. Maybe it's not a huge deal if we can't get the ball in the back of the net right away, but we need to test them and make them come up with answers. And let's see if Valpo can do it with a free kick just across midfield here.